Hey guys, welcome back to Voice of a Teen Mom. Thank you for tuning in to episode 4, part 2. So, the last episode I discussed everything about the Women's Center and most of the things that you guys wouldn't have known and shared some information with you all. Now, for this week, for part 2, I will be sharing my personal experience going to the Women's Center and how it was for me. So stay with me for more if you want to hear about my experience with the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation. So in the previous episode, part 1, I spoke on the program for adolescent mothers. This is the program that the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation offers to the teen moms that would need a second chance and a reintegration into a regular and formal high school program, as well as their offerings to girls that would have taken the CXC examination with the CXC program that they'd also offer. So the decision for me to go to the Women's Center of Jamaica really was my mother's. I didn't know anything about them in terms of what it was about. I used to see girls going to the Women's Center. At the time, I didn't know the name of the school either. And I just knew that they were pregnant. And so once I started, this was where I realized what the school was all about and what the institution had to offer me. And I believe that that was my moment of knowing that I had hope. There was hope for me. There was a second chance for me. And this wasn't the end of the world. This wasn't the end of my future. In fact, it was a time where I realized that it would have been a new start, a new beginning into something that I could make for myself and my child. Starting out, as I said in the previous episode, the institution is like a school for us teen girls that went there, and so I had to get there on time. And the beauty about it all was that you weren't alone. In fact, you had the other teen girls that were there, and even though our circumstances behind how we became pregnant or the situations, the family dynamics were different, we had one thing in common, and that was we were pregnant. We all were in this situation, and that caused us to kind of form a bond and a community where we could share support to each other and basically realize that this isn't the end. And so when I went there, we had multiple teen moms there as well. There were also the teachers who came in from different schools to teach us the core subject areas that would have been taught in high school as well. And we actually excelled. Many of the girls excelled in the educational aspect of the teachings at the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation, and that just showed that there was a bright future ahead of us despite our challenges. There were also counselors there that were available, and we did do counseling sessions group wise, and everyone kind of opened up. For me, I'm somewhat of an introvert per se, and so at first it was hard for me to open up, but during discussions and during the time of the counseling sessions, I started to open up a little bit, and then we had conversations about different things like the challenges that we'll face and the challenges out there in the world as a teen mom. And even when you go back into a regular high school, some of the issues that we would have faced with even our very peers at the time. Going to the Women's Center, for me, it felt like a safe space because all the persons that were there, from the center manager to the teachers, counselors, everyone there showed that they actually cared about what they were doing in terms of providing support and encouragement to the teen moms that were there. And everyone that worked at the Women's Center that I went to really showed care for us. They gave us grace, even though we had our challenges, and girls there had issues as well, but they didn't discriminate. They didn't judge. They actually showed us a lot of grace, and for that I am really thankful for. And luckily for us girls going there, they had a lunch program also where you didn't have to purchase your lunch. A lunch was provided for you daily, and that helped with some of the financial burden that us as teen moms would have faced, because we are teenagers, we're not working or anything like that. And so that actually helped a lot of us going there. Another benefit of going to the Women's Center was that after you have given birth to your child, there is a daycare center that is provided for you so that you can bring your child with you while you are in class, learning, getting counseling, all of the above. And so that really played a tremendous role in the attendance of many of the girls that came, because one of the biggest struggles we face is that sometimes it's hard to find someone that you can leave your child with while you attend the Women's Center. And that initiative of having a daycare at the Women's Center really played a vital role in many of our lives, even mine as well, because for me that gave me also a sense of responsibility, getting a feel of how it will be like, because you will be going back to school. And so that responsibility that you had to take up with knowing that you had a child to provide for and care for as well, and you need to find a way to structure things so that it works for both of you while you are trying to gain your education and gain support otherwise. My overall experience at the Women's Center was definitely a good one, and it was one that molded me into what it is that I am accomplishing today, because it gave me foundation. It gave me a sense of how things would have been in the world of me and having the responsibility of taking care of my child. I am truly grateful to all the persons that worked at the Women's Center. You guys really did a great job in helping to provide support and encouragement to me and to many of the other teen girls that went there throughout the years. And this is just one part of helping Jamaica and helping the issue of teenage pregnancy. It's now time for a word to a teen mom. I would highly recommend the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation to all my teen moms out there that haven't yet found a way to get a second chance. This second chance is available, and the Women's Center is one such way that you can still garner an education while waiting to get back into a regular high school program. It's nothing to be ashamed of. This is your opportunity, so let no one deter you from it. Even if you feel a little bit of shame in the beginning, it too shall pass. Once you know that this is your chance and you are going to use it, then nothing else matters. And to all the parents, the guardians, the support systems of these teen moms, I plead to you to not let this opportunity pass. The teen moms need the support, and they will need at least one person to help them in the beginning to go through the registration and enrollment process at the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation. Teen moms, this is your chance, so use it. And this is how we will end episode 4 Thank you guys so much for staying tuned in to Voice of a Teen Mom, and I do hope that these 2 episodes, part 1 and 2, has helped you learn a little bit more about the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation, as well as it can help you to pass on the information to any of the teen moms that you know might need this information and need the help and this second chance. Thank you guys so much for all the support that you have shown thus far with all our episodes, and I want you to continue to share the video with all your family and friends, and most importantly, a teen mom. See you in the next one.